Good morning. Good morning, my neighbors, and welcome to the final day of September. The first day of me being 53 and the end of the third quarter. So I got the map up because I was told that I have a new typhoon developing. But as I am a weather tracker, I don't see anything whatsoever, and I do see a little bit of a low pressure over here, but as of right now, I see no reason why there should be any disruptions over on my side during the course of this week. So I think we can squash that and move on over, because unlike the weather over here, quite a bit of disruptions are due to occur over there where you all over there in the U.S. And for those of you who do not follow Donald Trump over on Truth Social, Truth, whatever the fuck it's called, and his 10.8 million followers he's got over there, you get a lot of ads for you to go, spend some money over there. You got some nice memes. You got some really nice memes. Like here, YouTube surrenders, pays President Trump $24.5 million for his illegal ban, whatever it was. And you get a nice, taxpayer dollars work. Boom. But then, I've got it here on Truth Social, but the reason I caught it was because in a very rare usage of his X account, his Twitter account, he actually posted it on X last night, 8:35 p.m.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, at least for a while, until they learn English and they realize they hate us too. Look, guys.
So yeah, warning shots have been fired. And, come on now. 4:01 p.m. yesterday, the S&P 500 unofficially closes up 14.87 points at 66.58.57. That was unofficially. Officially, closed over there at 66.61.21, as you all know. But having shared this on Sunday, 8 days prior, my choice, as I explained in the video, buying the Monday, September 29 weekly 66.65 calls, selling the Monday, September 29 weekly 66.60 calls. $3. A lot of you got better than $3, and the reminder was there on Monday, and the reminder was there on Tuesday, and the reminder was there on Wednesday, and the reminder was there again on Thursday, and I even sent it out on Friday at the end of the quarter, another reminder. And what did you get? Well, we'll get to that in a bit, but we closed at 66.61.21, closed red from where we opened, green on the day. So for those of you tracking, which I am, we've got 12 green closes for the month, 8 red closes for the month. We're still at that 338.94 for our monthly range, but more significantly, the trade failed. I did not get the 150%, which I was expecting to get. I only was able to get 100%. $2 credit on the $2 risk that was initially expected. Now, the credit was better than $3. Some of you yesterday, as you got to 66.77 to start the day off on the highs, you actually could got $4. So, technically, I was wrong. I'm not that good. 18 right, 6 wrong for the course of the month. But I am warning you here. I am warning you again. I am warning you. I am warning you. I'm warning you. We have here trading session number 25 in the books without a plus 1% session. Haven't had one since back there on Jackson Hole. And you might think that, well, yeah, maybe we need some Fed speakers before Project 2025 demolishes the Fed and completely removes it, which actually, we'll go back to that for those of you who may not have seen it over the weekend. And we go back here to Trump, because I don't have it on his other account. I don't have it ready. I apologize for scrolling. And finally here, I found it. Took me a second. I didn't have it ready, but I found it. But yeah, here it is. Posted this on, I don't have the date, but he posted it over the weekend. Drawing, artwork, posted by Donald Trump. You're fired, Jerome Powell, because that's what you're getting. You are going to get the abolishment of the Fed. And today, you are going to get a number of Fed speakers. They have already started. 6 a.m. was Fed Logan, Fed's Jefferson. Later on today, you get Collins, you get housing price indexes, you get the PMI over in Chicago. ECB's President Lagarde will be speaking at 9:50, who doesn't matter anymore. You get the JOLTS jobs opening at 10, which is what everybody will be watching for. After the market closes, we get Nike, we get Fed's Logan speaking again tonight. Tomorrow is the potential government shutdown. Then you've got more ECB speakers, a little bit quiet over there on the U.S. front because, hey, if the government shut down, the Fed speakers don't have a job. So that's the way to get them to shut the fuck up, I guess. But then what everybody's going to be waiting on is Thursday. The initial jobless claims, now that they have abolished the Bureau of Labor and Statistics head and put in a Trump head, and then the non-farm payrolls, which will be coming out there on Friday as well. So it is a little bit of a, unpredictable kind of week, but that, again, is why we do what we do. So, again, trades all worked out. Come over here on the SPX. Here you are, coming into your final day of the trading session. We haven't hit 6,700 yet. Over here on the QQQ, another visit into that 600, 602, and another retracement back under 600, 602. You did get your 1% day in the books, not that it was required or that it even mattered. And then you come over here to the IWM, and the IWM actually closed red not only last week by less than 1 point, but I had been calling for this to have been a 7 consecutive green week streak together with the SPX, because back here on September 12th, you closed down, not even down a quarter point for the day. So that's what it is. That's where it goes. And for those of you who did watch over on the weekend video with the 884 strategy, it took me quite a bit of time to be able to put that all together, both in the delivery of it, the whole concept of it, as far as the data, getting all the imagery together so that you could follow along on the storyline with it. But I want to just reiterate here, okay? I'm not shutting monthly members down. If you've been with me for 6 months, no problem. It's the specifics about those people who joined and me trying to, because that's what I have been told and instructed I need to do, and actually have been told giving a phone call before they even join is something that we could be doing.
Hey, look, I'm dancing.
I ain't doing it. You've been around 6 months or longer. Doesn't matter whether you're on the monthly or the annual. I'm happy to schedule a time with you. But don't forget, okay, I will call your bullshit out. And if I think that you are pitching some kind of fairy tale, that's it. I'm going to straighten you out because this is about you. It's not about me. Trust me. I'm happy. So let me get you onto the charts here real quick, because the futures are fractionally making a tiny little bit of a dip to the downside. We are nowhere near oversold, and we are starting to make a little bit of an implication that the bulls might actually have a chance today, which, like I shared with you in your email, If we could get it today, we're actually going to match 1929. And I am not in the boat of the whole 1929 that the catastrophe is coming, a dip. Because next year's the 250th birthday of the United States. And if you think that he's holding punches now, he ain't going to hold no punches back to make sure that America fucking celebrates with the stock market at its fucking highs when July 4, 2026 comes around. So anyway, here, quickly, bring you over on the other screen. The Nikkei is down 1%. Be careful, bulls. Be careful. So quickly, I will run you through the charts and let you get going on your day. 5 days, SPX, 66.99.52, right over there, 9:50 in the morning, 9:47 in the morning, whatever time it was, back on September 23. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, what a catastrophe. Oh my God, the market's melting. And over there off the Thursday lows, right back up there into Friday. And Friday we closed, what, down 7 points for the week? Let me get the number right because I might be held accountable for it one day. We closed down 10 points, 10.5 points for the week. 7 green weeks in a row, and we closed down 10 points. Like I said there in the email on Friday, it's going to be tricky for them to close up there, but not close it green. And yesterday, all that you had was tick, and your October 3 weekly candle is always going to be 666 1.58. From a view of what I have been looking at with, again, very simple to have said there on Thursday, that's it. Here's your bottom. Here's your money. Take the money. Take the profits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very clean look to the downside on the dip down. Can still be a bullish. Can still be a bullish flat, an AB flat, and now we go into that ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that upside that we've talked about. But this is what it looks like for now. And, you know, your warning is going to be that 66.49, that being the highs from over here on Friday, and where you have retraced to. And your first little bit of a signal that, hey, you might be getting warned is this 66.72, 66.69. So, I mean, we're really starting to, you know, split hairs trying to pick these little spots. Again, nothing changed. Bulls first warning, bulls start warning. Not even a touch to the 20-day moving average, let alone a close below the 20-day moving average still. Over on the SPY, same thing. You've got your big 910 gap that's still way down here, 911 gap, down below 653. Nothing's been touched. Nothing's been damaged. QQQ, 593. Bulls first warning. Had your little breach there last week. Now you've got, you know, Oracle falling apart. You've got, you know, NVIDIA is out in the news everywhere now covering what was covered 2 years ago about their fraudulent accounting practices, which a number of other AI companies are doing, but nobody cares because that's what's in everybody's IRA and 401ks. The Dow Jones, I got nothing whatsoever to update on the Dow Jones other than 461, 462. A very clean, a very strong, you hit the top warning. And then over on the IWM, which had a very nice move to the downside with the gap down there over on Thursday, 238. You still got to get that 238. You get that 238, you can start working your way down to that 233, 231 until you can start making that confirmation. And with the government shutting down, there's probably a good fucking chance that the IWM is going to feel the heat of that. So I will finish you off lastly with the VIX, which, even though I was away over in Cebu, gap up on Monday, climb steadily to the upside on Monday, right to 1622. And now a gap up overnight. So from a bigger, broader, wider view, you want to see that VIX up above and holding above 1706. And then we can start saying, you know what? We might actually get ourselves a little bit of a dip. So anyway, guys, I am very happy to provide with you everything and anything that you need. So let me start you out with a big smile on your face to get going as we go into Tuesday.
I don't care what reason y'all came here for, but I'm glad y'all here with me tonight.